What's up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 video. Today's video is going to be all about the PTS, the Memento exotic backpack. I'm going to give you guys a full rundown of how it works, why it is so broken in PvP and PvE, and basically just a full review of the new exotic backpack. So let's have a look at it first and foremost. It is a very nice looking backpack, one of the best I've seen. It has shade tech watches from agents all over, from obviously a hunter's backpack. Looks very nice. There's some axes on there as well. Very nice looking backpack, and it's quite special because you get 3 core attributes: weapon damage, armor, and skill tier, which can be utilized quite well. It can give rise to a lot of hybrid builds, and it's very strong. So the reason why it's very strong is because it's currently bugged, and in PvP and PvE it's unbelievably potent and very strong, and I will go through exactly why that is very soon. So I'm using a build, one of the best builds in the Dark Zone currently. I tested this yesterday. It's amazing. Works extremely well. Now, I'm going to be mostly using a shotgun because I don't know if you guys know this, but the shotgun can one-shot someone with 1.6 million armor. Yep, I don't know if you guys knew that, but it's unbelievably good because we got Badger Tough. So we'll go through the build just now, but let's carry on going through the backpack. How do you acquire this? Now, we're not really sure yet. Once the game goes live, I'm sure we can find it like the Accostas Go bag, just from targeted loot for backpacks. Now, get 3 core attributes and 1 slot, mod slot. We can put whatever we want there. Kill confirmed. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. So when you kill something, it'll drop a little icon on the floor. So collecting trophies provide a short and long-term buff. The short buff lasts 10 seconds. The long-term buff lasts 5 minutes, which is 300 seconds. So that's why it's ridiculously strong right now. So this is how it's going to work. The first scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds, which means if you have, for example, 2 reds, it's going to be 10% weapon damage. So it stacks like that. So basically collecting trophies provide both a short and long-term buff. The first, which is the short-term, scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. So like I said, if you have bonus armor, it's going to give you 40% bonus armor. And I think currently it's unbelievably strong because each trophy you collect, it actually gives you a lot more than what it's supposed to give you. I don't know if that is a bug. It doesn't seem correct. As you can see, well, you will see from the gameplay shortly that it's quite strange. Because, you know, when you collect a trophy, you're only supposed to get a certain amount of bonus armor. If you collect, a lot of trophies in a fast succession, you should, obviously stack the armor or the skill efficiency or weapon damage. But it's interesting because when you get 1 trophy, it seems as though you just get so much armor, it's scary. So I don't know whether or not it's multiplying. I'm not entirely sure, but it's really good. Now, that being said, I would say the short-term buff is very good in PvE. Now, in PvP, the long-term buff is what's really broken. Now, for every trophy collected, gain an additional 1% weapon damage. So that stacks 30 times. So you can get 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor, which is 3%, which is really, really good. So it's 3% armor regen. If you stack on an already stacked regen build, is 96,000 armor regen, which, as you know, is very good. It reminds me of the old Bulwark set. So we're going to go and I'm going to demonstrate and actually showcase to you how I got just under 100,000 armor regen with this backpack. So now that we know exactly what it does, let me quickly explain what skill efficiency is. It's everything. Skill duration, damage, haste, everything, even status effect, everything like that. It actually does increase your burn and bleed damage. So it's all those things. That's why it's really good, especially even for a healer build. It could be good, but obviously you would need to be catching a lot of trophies. So, and you actually have to kill the NPC yourself. So you can't just abuse it with your teammates. Now, I'm not sure if that's bugged or not, but maybe if teammates kill it, maybe if you proc in a fire, put enemies on fire, and your teammates kill it, it should count as you also killing them. So there's ways you can utilize this. But now that we've gone through this, let me go through the build I'm using, why this build is so absolutely broken in PvP. Then I'll showcase some demonstrations of the backpack used with other builds. So this build is so good in PvP, it's crazy. So I'm going to be using this a shotgun, and you can one-shot someone. It's actually scary. Now, I didn't have the maxed out stats and my crit chance mods, but if you have 60% crit chance and you can crit, you can one-shot any kind of player. It's ridiculous. Damage targets out of cover and in sync. Pull out the shield, use the old in sync talent. And the reason why it's so good is because of the Hunter's Fury. You can use Lady Death if you want, but you get a bunch of weapon damage and shotgun damage, 15%, plus another 10% from the Badger Tough and more percentage from the specialization. You also get armor on kill, but this is where it gets interesting. So enemies within 50 meters of debuff, increasing your weapon damage against them by 20%. Then it stacks on top of that. You get up to 25% weapon damage further on. So it's very good. Obviously, that's going to be more for PvE, but the first one is always going to be active. So that's another 20% damage. So that's why it's so easy to actually one-shot someone. And if you utilize Intimidate and Adrenaline Rush, well, you obviously cannot use Adrenaline Rush because you're going to be using the backpack. But with Intimidate, you can actually do a lot of damage. So that's why I'm telling you guys right now, this build will become one of the strongest builds in the game. But, you know, you heard it from me. So we've got Hunter's Fury, obviously. Then we've got a Chest Beast Badger Tough with Intimidate. There's ways to proc it. Now, you can use whatever you want. It doesn't matter. This is not a build video, but I just wanted to showcase what's actually really good in this. In the Dark Zone right now, you're currently watching some gameplay. It's actually scary how much damage you can actually do with this. So let me go through testing the backpack and explain to you guys what's happening. Alright guys, so what I've done is I've put on a quick little armor build because I wanted to showcase why this is so broken strong. So imagine we were in the Dark Zone in PvP, okay? You could run around, kill NPCs and get all of these buffs and then run to an agent within, as long as you're within 5 minutes. And if you kill him, you get his trophy and then it lasts for another 5 minutes. That's how broken strong it is. In PvE it's also good and I want to showcase it here. This is an armor regen build, which has got 69k armor regen. I want to show you we can get it over 104,000 armor regen with this backpack. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blues and 1 red. Now if you were using an all skill build, it would be the same, except your skill damage would go up, your skill haste, your burn duration, things like that would keep going up. But I wanted to showcase with the armor values and the armor regen because that's, and the weapon damage, because that's what makes it so strong. So Lady Death and armor regen, we're going to go for it. Let's have a look and see. So the bottom right there will be a white logo and the left will be a orange logo. The orange logo is a temporary buff which will last for 10 seconds. That depends on how many, you know, blues, yellows you have. For example, we should get a lot of bonus armor, but way more than you would imagine. The long-term buff will be shown by, like I said, a white square on the right. The bottom bar, let me just quickly show you. So we're not going to do much damage in the beginning. 191 crits. Watch how much damage we end up doing as we go along, because we're going to be stacking so much damage here. Look at that, the first trophy collected. Look how much armor I have, guys. So the bottom right, you see there's like a little house with an arrow in it. That's what it looks like. That is the main 5-minute long buff. So each one we get, that bottom bar, that the skinny bar, the more that goes to the right, the more stacks we get. And the top of it, the more it goes to the right. When it reaches the end, it'll actually run out. And you have to find a trophy before that top part runs out. The left side is the temporary buff. You see the orange bar? It's going down, it's cooling down. That's what that means. So let's have a look and see how much armor regen we can actually acquire from this. Our weapon damage is going up a lot. If you can see, we're hitting over 260k, when in the beginning it was like 190. So it's already gone up a lot. We're nowhere near halfway through the actual buff itself. So this is why this is so broken strong. You can just continuously play like this and clear some ads, go to PvP and absolutely wreck everyone because you're collecting these ridiculous trophies. And I don't know, I just think it's too strong. If you look at the actual armor values, it doesn't seem right. It seems like it's way more than what it's insinuating or saying it should be. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill these final guys, leave one guy alive, and I'll show you just how good the armor regen is. So our bonus armor is done. We're hitting over 270k. It doesn't say here on the stats. Sometimes it does, guys. And I have read 104,000 armor regen, between 96 to 104,000 regen. So you can see the bottom right, it's proccing. So look at the damage. Look how my armor is regenning. It's like the Bulwark set. Look how it's going up. It's absolutely unbelievable. And this lasts so long, it's actually scary. And remember, we have got weapon damage and skill efficiency still active. So that's about, I would say that's just below halfway. That's about 14% weapon damage, 14% skill efficiency, and armor regen, which is really good. But it's not bonus armor. So the bonus armor seems to be a bit bugged because we seem to be getting a lot more than what we should for those 10 seconds. But as you can see, the armor regen is just scary. And imagine with your skills or running in the Dark Zone, constantly keeping this buff up and killing enemies, or enemy players with this insane armor regen. It baffles me. So, and as well, if you use skills, they're going to be even stronger. So I just kind of feel like the developers need to fix this. you know, because it doesn't seem right. Now I'm hitting more numbers again. It's just, I think it's quite broken. Let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, that's going to be the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing everybody in the next video. Peace out, guys.